when you get that set up, like when you're at the other end,
Yeah.
you can leave that up permanently. But when you travel down the road,
Yeah.
it pays to leave it down because you get a bit of drag on the rocket launcher with wind drag.
Yeah. Leave it up for them so that when he puts it down tomorrow, on Saturday, he can learn to put it down.
Oh, radio.
Yeah,
Oh,
leave
you'll
it
just
up.
show it
Yeah, yeah.
on the video.
Or I'll be doing it.
I'll put that back up. You've seen everything we need to know there.
Yep.
Oh, the steering's as flat as could be.
Oh, you've looked after it.
Yeah. I tend to wash it with fresh water after it's been in the salt water. Do that on the day.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, if you come right in. Right, that's your battery here.
Yeah.
The red one's for the positive, obviously, and the blue one's just the negative. Make sure you put them on the right way, otherwise you blow a fuse. You don't want to blow a fuse or it won't start.
Okay.
So make sure the red one's positive.
So you keep those off?
You can take them off, yeah.
Do you leave them off?
I do. Only like just to run up the motor, put them back on. So I'll leave that off now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Make sure the red's on the red and the blue's on the red. Okay.
yeah. Tuck them in there. Right. This is water trap come contamination if there's any come from the fuel pump from your service station. It collects all sorts of stuff in there. After about 2 weeks,
So that's 91.
yeah, it's 91. I've written it on the container in there. They're both 91.
Yeah.
After about 2 weeks, fuel will start, or 3 weeks, you'll notice that the fuel will start changing colour from this pink. It'll start sort of going a yellow colour. If it does, you've got to undo this little butterfly here on the bottom.
Yeah.
And that swings out of the way, and that glass jar just drops down.
Yeah.
You throw that dirty petrol out of there, and then there's a rubber seal and a gauze inside here. You've got to make sure that's in the right place when you put the glass back in.
Yeah.
And that glass bowl will be empty. Don't do it up, but don't do it up tight, about half a turn off tight, and then you can pump the fuel. See how it's pumping the fuel in there?
Yeah.
Even just prior to starting the engine, you should just prime that up so that it's it's got fuel at the motor. Otherwise you'll just wind the motor over and it won't start because it hasn't got any fuel. So you just got to make sure that it's primed up. That's coming up to prime now. You feel it getting firm, and you've got clean fuel and it's ready to fire up. That's your earmuffs there. That's for running the engine. Put your hose on there.
Cool. That's for cleaning it out.
Yeah, that's for flushing it at the end of the day when you've done all your fishing and you're washing your boat down. You should just make sure you run the motor too.
Yep.
If they've both been in the water, which they probably will be. Normally use 15 horse for launching from off the beach.
Yep.
That gets you out, a couple hundred metres, and then you can drop your big motor down without it hitting rocks or sand or whatever.
It's a nice motor.
Yeah, well, that hasn't done a lot of work. Well, both haven't really.
How old's the motor?
That's 13, I think, and that's 20 years old, I think. There's two little keys here.
Yep.
They're for opening the fuel. I'll show you. That's where you pour the fuel in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's got fuel written there. 91 goes in there. Oh, just behind you. The tank holds 150 litres.
Yeah.
So that's
Whoa.
that. The tank's below the fuel box.
Yeah.
That point goes down to the bottom. You put that in there,
Yeah.
it'll go down. I'll show you.
Oh, so you can feel how much petrol you got.
Yeah. See, that'll go in there.
Sweet, we're fishing.
Yeah, you've probably got about, I would say there's probably about 25 litres in there at the moment. So if you were planning on going out, it would probably pay to put some in it. Like I've been probably a bit miserable, I haven't topped it up or anything, so.
Oh, that's alright. Well, at least you've been flushing the motor every 2 weeks.
Yeah. I think full tank is up here, about here somewhere.
Cool.
I should have put a mark on there or something, but it holds 150 litres the tank. So, and I'm estimating there's probably about 25 to 30 litres.
You can see how much paint's worn off. It's a good enough marker.
Yeah. Well, that's why you use a dipper. You know what you've got then.
Any of these were special rods?
No, we just when we're at the mussel farms. But, I don't know where he's going. Is it deep water where he's going to, or?
Yeah, but that'll be alright.
Like we're only in what 40 feet of water or whatever.
Yeah, fish and chip shop, mate.
Yeah, pretty much.
And this is the prime seats, eh?
Yeah, there's 2 spare seats here. That were the original seats.
Oh yeah,
But
cool.
I updated them to make it look a bit more presentable for sale because they look a bit cruddy.
Yeah.
But if you want the bigger seat, you can just unbolt this one and put those ones back in.
Cool. Well, there's an option there, right?
Yeah. It's just this gave it more room and made it look a little bit better. So.
And then you can just get like a pop-up table for your fishing and stuff, eh?
Oh, you can do whatever. Well, you can. I normally use the bin with the fish board, cut the bait. That's what the wooden.
Cool, man.
That's a mincer.
That's a mincer.
Yeah, you can mince fish through there for belly. It just sits in the rod holder.
Wicked. You got nets and everything in here.
No. It's just that's your 15 horse.
Yeah.
I've marked that there. That's the amount of oil you need
Yeah.
for 20 litres. So you get three. You'll get three fills in that tote tank for the 15 horse.
Yeah.
So 20 litres of petrol for that amount of oil where the arrows are.
Yeah.
It's pretty self-explanatory, is it?
Yep.
You even understand that there?
Of
I
course.
tried to make it simple.
I've recorded all of this so he can listen to it all.
That's the 15 horse, that's the 15 horse, that's a full one there, that's the partial one. Those are 2 full for the 15s.
Sweet.
But you have to buy Yamaha lube. It's Marine Performance 2-stroke oil. It's a little bit more expensive than this.
Yep.
But that's what it takes to. Don't put the 15 oil in the
Big
90.
motor.
Yeah, you'll end up with trouble.
Okay.
You'll end up killing the engine because the pistons are coated with they're coated with something, and this oil's no good for the coating
Right.
on
So
the pistons.
that is important.
Yeah, make sure you use the right oil.
Okay. I'll put
that's-
post-it notes on them
That's
tomorrow.
the most crucial thing is using the correct oil. That's why I've labelled it.
Yep.
Now on here, when you ever run out of that, which I don't think you ever will for a while, that's just the
2-stroke oil.
yeah, that gives you the breed of it there on there,
Yep.
and that's got the breed of it on there, what it is. It's almost.
I'm so impressed with the way you've looked after this boat.
Oh well, it's
Big
yeah,
baby.
yeah. Well, I built them, so I sort of knew how to look after them a bit better than most people. Just go fishing, don't worry about cleaning them at the end of the day. And of course the salt sits on them and that corrodes them, which isn't good for them. It needs
Well,
a
if you
water
ever
blast.
want a job, mate, I'll tell you.
It needs a water blast here because it's got a bit of dust from off the road down there.
It's fine, it's fine.
But he'll get it into order. That's a telescopic boom, which if you take that rubber out, that fits on the little 15 horse, so you can drive it from inside.
What?
Yeah, that extends. It fits on the collar.
Wow.
So you can.
So you can check it out, the water, make
Well,
sure.
you can stand here instead of standing over the back. Depends on what you want to do. It's an option.
It's cool, man. It's a cool boat. I can't wait to go fishing now.
That just.
What are these for your rods?
Yeah, you stick all your fishing rods up there once you're out fishing. Don't cruise along the ocean with your fishing rods up there because their weights end up busting off.
Yeah.
And
You've done it before?
Oh, you can be standing here and get hit with a sinker. Just saying.
And the fish finder works?
Yeah. Let's turn it on there. There's a manual for it here. There's a manual there for it. Manual for the little one. I couldn't find the other one.
There's all the oil ratios?
Yeah, a few 50 to 1, all the litres. How much? What is it? 100 mils is for 20 litres, 50 to 1. 200 mils for 40, 300 for 60, 400 for 80, 500 mils for 100 litres of petrol. And 1 litre for 200 litres of petrol, but you're only concerned with this one down here.
You've got life jackets in there.
Yeah, there's life jackets in there.
Clear.
Extinguishers, there's an extinguisher in there. There's some old flares, they're out of date, but they're there as well.
Cool.
And 2 anchors. One's a grab hook, which is hooked to the rope. The other one's not. So don't throw that overboard without it hooked up to the rope.
Oh, my partner's done that one before.
I bet. Stainless steel, both of them.
Did you make them?
Yeah.
Cool.
Spare tyres underneath there. Spare tyre for the boat.
You've got everything in here, mate. You've definitely looked after it.
And that's just your, when you start it up, you only just start it on the key. It should probably wind over for, if it's got fresh fuel, it'll take about anywhere between 5 and 10 seconds of winding over and it should fire.
And if it doesn't, you've got to clear that oil out.
Well, if there's not fresh fuel there and primed up, it won't, you can wind and wind and wind and wind, it won't start.
Okay.
Because it needs fuel. Has
he ever broke down on you?
Nah. It needs the fresh.
Make sure you got the fresh fuel.
Yeah, well that's
and
why.
Clean it out every couple of weeks.
That's why the longest I sort of don't, like 3 weeks is my limit that I really, because after that the fuel starts going stale because it's exposed to daylight. When it's sitting in your tank in your car, it's fine because it's not in the sun.
Yeah, I get you.
But as long as you know, like if doesn't matter, like if you've used it 6 months and you haven't used it, haven't started it, before you go to start it, make
That's what
sure
you do.
Yeah, you've got to empty that bowl and get some fresh fuel in there.
And then if you get water in there, how do you clean it out?
Oh, there's a bung.
Underneath.
Yeah, there's a bung
Behind this tire.
Yeah, in this corner here. It's just one of those plastic bungs like what's outside.
Yeah, because I just seen that you've made that little thing to be able to clean it out. It's cool, man. It's a real cool boat. You should be real proud.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
It's a mean boat.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I send you a photo when they're out in the water in it.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you so much.